Never complain and never explain. Two simple rules that separate the strong from the average. Most people spend their time complaining about problems, blaming situations, and explaining themselves to everyone around them. But in doing so, they lose their power. Complaining may feel like relief, but it actually keeps you stuck in the same place. Repeating the same struggles again and again, it sends a message that you are not in control of your life. Instead of complaining, powerful people take responsibility. They accept reality and focus on what they can change. They turn pain into motivation and setbacks into fuel. At the same time, constantly explaining yourself weakens your presence because it shows a need for validation. Not everyone deserves to understand your journey, and not everyone will, no matter how much you try to explain. Strong individuals don't waste time proving themselves through words. They let their actions speak. When you stop explaining, you stop seeking approval, and when you stop complaining, you start taking control. Life will test you with unfair situations, misunderstandings, and challenges, but your growth begins when you choose silence over noise and action over excuses. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What can I do next?" Instead of defending your name, you build a reputation so strong that no explanation is needed. The truth is, people respect results, not words. You can talk all day about your plans and justify your actions, but until you achieve something, it means nothing. That's why the most successful people move in silence. They focus on improving, working, and growing without announcing every step. When you adopt this mindset, you become unstoppable because your energy is no longer wasted on negativity or unnecessary conversations. You start using it to build your future. Silence becomes your strength. Discipline becomes your habit, and action becomes your identity. Over time, people will notice the difference, not because you explained it to them, but because your life will show it. The same people who once doubted you will start respecting you, and the same people who misunderstood you will begin to see your worth. In the end, you don't need to complain about your struggles or explain your intentions. Your results will speak louder than anything you could ever say. So, train yourself to stay focused, stay quiet, and keep moving forward no matter what. Let others talk while you work. Let others question while you build. And let others doubt while you prove. Because real power is not in speaking, it is in doing. And real success does not come from explaining. It comes from becoming undeniable. 3,000 words. Never complain. Never explain. Motivational paragraph. 3,000 words. Never complain and never explain. Two simple rules that sound easy, but demand a level of discipline, patience, and inner strength that most people never develop. In a world where everyone is constantly talking, reacting, and seeking validation, choosing silence and action instantly sets you apart. Complaining has become normal. People complain about their problems, their past, their circumstances, and even about things they cannot control, believing that expressing frustration will somehow change their reality. But the truth is, complaining only reinforces weakness. It keeps your focus locked on the problem instead of the solution. And every time you repeat your struggles out loud, you relive them mentally, draining your energy and limiting your growth. When you complain, you are unconsciously telling yourself that you are powerless, that life is happening to you, instead of being shaped by you. This mindset creates a cycle where problems remain, motivation decreases, and progress becomes impossible. On the other hand, when you refuse to complain, you force yourself to think differently. You begin to look for solutions. You train your mind to adapt, and you develop resilience. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you start asking, "What can I do about it?" And that one shift changes everything. It transforms you from a victim of circumstances into a creator of outcomes. And that is where real power begins. At the same time, never explain is a rule that challenges your need for approval and recognition. Human nature pushes us to be understood, to defend our actions, and to make others see our intentions clearly. But constantly explaining yourself weakens your presence. It shows that you are seeking validation, that you need others to agree with you in order to feel confident about your path. The truth is, not everyone will understand you, and not everyone needs to. Some people will judge you without knowing your story. Some will doubt your choices, and others will misunderstand your silence. But trying to correct every opinion is a waste of time and energy. Strong individuals understand that their journey is personal, and they do not owe explanations to those who are not aligned with their vision. They focus on building, improving, and proving through results rather than words. When you stop explaining, you create an aura of confidence and control, because your actions begin to speak louder than anything you could ever say, You no longer chase approval. Instead, you attract respect through consistency and discipline. Life will test your commitment to these principles again and again. There will be moments when everything feels unfair, when you are misunderstood, when your efforts go unnoticed, and when people question your intentions. In those moments, complaining will feel tempting, and explaining will feel necessary. But that is exactly where your strength is measured. Choosing not to complain means accepting reality without resistance and focusing only on what you can control. It means understanding that challenges are part of growth and that every difficulty carries an opportunity to improve. Choosing not to explain means trusting yourself enough to walk your path without needing constant reassurance from others. It means letting go of the need to be liked or understood by everyone, and instead focusing on becoming the best version of yourself. This mindset does not make life easier, but it makes you stronger, and strength is far more valuable than comfort. When you adopt this philosophy, your energy shifts completely. Instead of wasting time discussing problems, you invest your time in solving them. Instead of defending your choices, you invest your effort in proving them through results. You become more focused, more disciplined, and more productive because your attention is no longer scattered across negativity and unnecessary conversations. Silence becomes your strategy, and action becomes your language. While others are busy complaining about their situation, you are working on improving yours. While others are explaining their plans and seeking approval, you are quietly executing your vision. Over time, this difference compounds, and the gap between you and the average person becomes undeniable. Success is not built in loud moments of declaration. It is built in quiet moments of consistent effort, and those who understand this move differently. They do not need to announce their goals. They do not need to justify their actions. And they do not need to prove themselves through words. They simply show up, do the work, and let the results speak. One of the most powerful aspects of never complaining and never explaining is the control it gives you over your emotions. Complaining is often driven by frustration, anger, or disappointment. And when you give in to it, you allow your emotions to control your behavior. But when you choose silence and action instead, you take control of your reactions. You learn to stay calm under pressure, to think clearly in difficult situations, and to respond with purpose rather than impulse. This emotional control is a key trait of successful individuals because it allows them to make better decisions and maintain focus even when things go wrong. Similarly, the urge to explain yourself is often driven by insecurity or fear of judgment. But when you resist that urge, you strengthen your self-confidence. You begin to trust your own judgment more, and you become less dependent on external validation. This independence is what allows you to move forward without hesitation, even when others doubt you. As you continue to live by these principles, you will notice a change in how people perceive you. At first, your silence may confuse them. They may expect you to react, to defend yourself, or to explain your choices. But when you don't, it creates a sense of curiosity and respect. People are drawn to those who are calm, composed, and focused because it reflects strength and confidence. Over time, as your actions begin to produce results, that curiosity turns into admiration. The same people who once questioned you will start to notice your growth. And the same people who doubted you will begin to respect your discipline. This transformation does not happen overnight, but it is inevitable if you stay consistent. Results have a way of silencing criticism, and success has a way of eliminating the need for explanation. When your life reflects your values and your efforts produce tangible outcomes, there is nothing left to justify. However, it is important to understand that this path requires patience and persistence. There will be days when progress feels slow, when results are not visible, and when it seems like others are moving ahead faster than you. In those moments, the temptation to complain or explain will return. But that is where your commitment is tested. Staying silent and focused during difficult times is what builds true strength. It teaches you to trust the process, to believe in your efforts, and to keep moving forward, even when the outcome is uncertain. Growth is not always visible in the moment, but it is always happening beneath the surface. And those who remain consistent eventually see the rewards. By refusing to complain and refusing to explain, you create a mindset that is resilient, focused, and unstoppable. In the end, never complain and never explain is not just a rule. It is a lifestyle. It is a commitment to self-discipline, self-respect, and personal growth. It is about taking full responsibility for your life and refusing to let external circumstances dictate your mindset. It is about understanding that your time and energy are valuable and choosing to invest them wisely. Instead of wasting them on negativity and validation, you channel them into action and improvement. You build your life in silence. You grow through consistency, and you prove your worth through results. This approach may not bring immediate recognition, but it builds something far more valuable: character, strength, and confidence. And when those qualities are combined with consistent effort, success becomes inevitable. So the next time you feel the urge to complain, pause and redirect your energy toward action. The next time you feel the need to explain yourself, pause and remind yourself that your actions will speak louder than your words. Stay focused on your goals, stay disciplined in your habits, and stay silent in your progress. Let others talk while you work. Let others question while you build, and let others doubt while you prove. Because at the end of the day, it is not your words that define you, but your actions. And it is not your explanations that create your success, but your results. When you truly embrace this mindset, you no longer need to complain about your life or explain your journey, because your success will tell your story for you, and it will speak in a way that no words ever could.